And it's a great way to diversify our economy. And I believe there was something that we have in regards to a clip that we wanted to go to of the leadership of the governor and the Republican Party.
Yes, December 2nd, there was a press conference hosted by the governor, in which you all attended. Let's move on to that clip and check it out.
The first part of the clip, I think we're going to see the signing ceremony, which is a little bit boring. But if you look at Robbie Ohm from Hawaiian Electric, and you see there Shai Agassi from the Better Place, he's got the electric company he's going to bring in here. But it's like, see the governors behind, and they're just facilitators. This is government at best, getting the private sector to join together to get things done.
And of course, this was all part of the Clean Energy Initiative, which is a statewide plan to make 70% of Hawaii's energy come directly from clean energy sources by 2030.
We're 90% dependent on
remarks,
oil for electricity.
Have the sound for. Not
so,
yet.
You know, instead of buying our oil from the refineries, we're going to buy oil power from Hawaiian Electric. That didn't appeal to us at all. What appealed to us about Shai's model was he was not interested in coming in if it was not going to come from renewable energy sources, because his motivation and his passion is to break America and the world's addiction to oil. I want to make that point clear, that these things are going together. Just as we're ramping up and HECO is ramping up on the amount of renewables, Shai is coming in and saying, I want to use those renewables, I want to use them at off-peak times. It's not just I want to buy electricity. I want to buy electricity that's produced from renewable indigenous sources of energy.
How much will these electric cars cost compared to fuel cars?
An electric car that is similarly equipped to a gasoline car costs exactly the same as a gasoline car to make, but is twice faster. So it's a better experience than what you get with a gasoline car. And over time, these cars are actually easier to make cheaper because they have half as many parts as gasoline cars. And so as volume comes into the market, the prices will start to, we expect to go down, and margins for the car makers are higher.
Let me add one point here on your question about the cost. In the letter I referred to that Dave Rolfe wrote to the Speaker and Senate President, he made reference to a federal tax credit of $7,500 per car and talked about that as, again, helping to move the initiative forward of this transition from oil-powered cars to electric or hybrid or higher fuel efficiency cars. It was basically saying the government needs to have involvement. And it's likely that you'll see some proposals from us in a variety of ways, not decided yet, but we have to in the next coming weeks to take down to the legislature to help, not with the Shai's company specifically, but with the concept of having electric vehicles replace some oil-powered vehicles.
How about the operating expense once you purchase the car and set up your network? You know, we all hate pulling up to the pump and seeing the prices we endured this summer. Right, what are we going to see when we pull up to your charge-up station?
So the base price per mile, if you think of the consumable model, if you take away for a second the car, the consumable here is a battery plus the electricity required to drive the car, and that price is roughly around 6 to 8 cents a mile, which is, if you compare it to the average 20-25 miles per gallon, you're roughly at about $1.50 a gallon, $2 a gallon. But it's the beauty of that price is that it actually doesn't go up if the price of oil goes up, and over time it actually goes down. We will have a variety of different pricing models for consumers. You'll see them. They will look very much like mobile phone models. So there'll be a number of miles you buy per month. You can move miles from month to month. Maybe even a flat fee, all you can drive type of model will be introduced. So this will come as we go. We'll share with you, and our goal is obviously to make this as fast adoption model as possible. This is about speed of adoption, not greed of corporate greed. This is about speed of adoption.
To the metal?
Yeah, notice how fast she's going. Whoa, wasn't the best impression of what. Otherwise, if they put the gas down, this thing can squeal the tires like you had a jet engine in the thing. It's so fast. 0 to 60 in 9 seconds.
It was very quiet too. I like that. It
Extremely
is.
quiet.
Some would say dangerous because it's so quiet. I didn't have to put some.
The thing that's
Wisdom.
wonderful, it does not use any fossil fuel. Zero.
That's the bottom
Zero.
line. There she is. Look at that. Let's see your driver's license.
I'm ready with this one.
That was a lot of fun. You know what this means for the people of Eva Beach? You know, we have the longest commute in all of Oahu, an hour and a half each way if you're stuck in traffic. On the worst day, it could be 2 hours. And this is going to mean more families in Eva Beach are going to have more money for their own families. This means that at 8 cents a mile, that's what they said, it's going to be
6 to 8 cents.
6 to 8 cents a mile. That means so much money in our own pocket. And so I'm very excited about that.
One thing we have to make absolutely sure, though, is that if we're going to plug our cars in, the electric cars in I think a period of about 2 years, then Hawaiian Electric has to be using renewable energy and not fossil fuel, because otherwise we're really doing a disservice.
And that's part
So
of the agreement,
we have
though,
to
right?
move,
Isn't that part of the agreement?
But it has to happen. It can't be just an agreement. It has to be a mandate that Hawaiian Electric gets off of a large percentage of fossil fuel right off the bat, because the two should go simultaneously. The development of the electric car, the availability of those plug-in stations throughout Hawaii, and Hawaiian Electric's using wave energy, which it's beginning to do over on Maui, using much more solar and wind, so they get off their at least 72% dependence on fossil fuel. Otherwise, no one would buy an electric car in good conscience, because you'd just be polluting the environment even more.